in a pipe, in a pigeon shed, where the homeless live. With so many people out of work and many who have fallen behind on their rent or mortgage, homelessness is becoming even more of an epidemic due to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the lucky ones, those who find themselves homeless are able to take up residence with family members in their homes. For those who have nowhere else to go, there are shelters, but space is very limited. So the ones who find themselves on the streets have found some unique ways to deal with their lack of shelter. Probably the most common form of temporary housing is a tent. They spring up like little communities along sidewalks and in parks as quickly as mushrooms grow overnight. Many cities perform sweeps and force the homeless to leave, only to find new encampments relocated elsewhere the next day. It is a constant game of rolling the dice and moving across the Monopoly game board of homelessness. Under bridges are common places where the homeless gather and actually often have quite elaborate communities. It helps to have some shelter overhead from the weather and also to be out of sight from prying eyes of the non-homeless. A number of these places are encampments, little towns, that are home base for literally a few hundred people. In your car. For many recently homeless, they still have their car and take up residence there. Living in a vehicle is called vehicular homelessness, and it's on the rise in cities across the U.S. There are more than 16,000 people living in their vehicles in Los Angeles, California, alone. In some cities, laws have been passed to combat the homeless from sleeping overnight in their vehicles. Other cities with kinder hearts operate parking lots for people to park at night to sleep in their cars. The rumor mill has it that Walmart can be forgiving of cars spending the night in their parking lots, in boxes. It's not too difficult to find empty boxes, so some homeless build their own little quarters from boxes either by using one big box or putting boxes together like Lego blocks. Problem here is when it rains or snows, the shelter is going to get soggy and collapse sooner than later. If one can get a hold of a tarp, that helps, or they just start over with new boxes. In a pipe. In Pattaya, Thailand, a homeless man had found refuge in an abandoned construction drain pipe. The 50-year-old used scraps of wood and vinyl banners to keep the sun and rain out of cracks in his 90-centimeter-wide pipe near a bridge that held his mattress, pillow, and belongings. Some people regularly stopped by to give him food and personal items to help. He has since vacated after being forced to do so and go live with a sister he is at odds with. In a pigeon shed. In a patchwork of chicken wire, wood, and plastic tarps, a man named Stuart made his home in an abandoned pigeon shed in North Yorkshire, England. He used corrugated plastic to replace broken window panes, lined the floor and some of the walls with insulating boards that he salvaged from a skip, and built himself a bed, where a pile of books were stacked on the floor at the foot of the bed. While there is no electricity or running water, Stuart installed a wood-burning stove and washes every morning in water from a large container he occasionally refills and pulls behind a trailer hitched to his bicycle. At night, he uses battery-powered lamps. According to Stuart, if you have a good book, a radio, you are warm, and you are safe, you can close your eyes and be anywhere. It doesn't matter if you are homeless or living in a palace, it's all in the mind.